Ritual and Remedy RX. Drum of the earth, breath of the body, spirit awakening with Dr. Janelle Clayton. Medicine flows through bone and breath, through rules and rhythm. Remember your body, remember your medicine, remember who you are. Ritual and Remedy RX, where healing becomes ceremony.
Welcome back to Ritual and Remedy. I'm Dr. Janelle, and this is a special bonus for the full moon in Sagittarius, or the strawberry moon, or the blue moon in Sagittarius. Whether you follow astrology closely or simply appreciate it, I invite you to listen to this episode as a conversation about expanding truth and the stories we tell ourselves about who we are. Because this is what Sagittarius full moon is asking us to examine. Not just where we're going, but what beliefs are guiding us there. What makes this moon different? A blue moon is often described as an extra moon in 1 month or moon cycle. Something unexpected, something rare. And Sagittarius is the sign of vision, wisdom, travel, learning, freedom, and possibility. Together, they create the question, what future are you trying to build from a story that no longer fits? Many of us are carrying narratives that once protected us. Narratives such as, I have to do it all by myself, rest is earned, success requires sacrifice, if I slow down, everything falls apart. Those stories may have helped us survive, but are they going to help us thrive? The leadership connection. As founders, healers, creatives, and community builders, we are often incredibly loyal to old versions of ourselves. No. Versions that carried everyone, and the version that never asked for help. The moon asks, what if your next level requires a different relationship with yourself? No more effort, but just more truth. The body never stops telling the story. One of the things I see repeatedly in clinical practice is the body is often the first place we notice misalignment, long before the mind catches up. We feel exhausted, tension, headaches, anxiety, overwhelm, disconnection. But the body isn't betraying us. The body is communicating. The question becomes, are we listening? Sagittarius is known for truth-seeking. Embodied leadership will ask us to seek truth not only in ideas, but in sensations. Not only in vision, but in lived experiences. Blue moon reflection. I invite you to do a reflection. Take a breath and ask yourself, what story am I ready to grow out of? Maybe it's all about work. Maybe it's all about money. Maybe it's about relationships or worthiness. And maybe it's about who you believe you need to be in order to belong. Just notice what comes up. No fixing, no forcing, just awareness. One of the reasons Sagittarius energy feels so expansive is because it's ruled by Jupiter. In astrology, Jupiter is often called the planet of growth, abundance, wisdom, and possibility. But I think Jupiter is really all about perspective. Jupiter doesn't simply ask, how can you grow more? Jupiter asks, what becomes possible when you stop thinking small? I don't mean small in terms of ambition. I mean small in terms of imagination. Many of us have learned to dream according to what feels realistic, what feels safe, what feels probable. But Jupiter? Well, Jupiter invites us to consider a different question. What if your future is larger than your current evidence? That can feel uncomfortable, especially for those of us who have built our lives through hard work, resilience, and responsibility. Because dreaming big often requires releasing the belief that everything must be proven before it can be pursued. One of the lessons of Jupiter is that growth is not always about adding more. Sometimes it's about taking away what's distracting you. Sometimes growth is expanding your capacity to receive support, visibility, opportunities, to receive success without immediately preparing for a loss. Many leaders know how to work, but far few know how to receive. This full moon asks, where have I outgrown my current perspective? Or am I still defining myself by old limitations? Or am I playing small because the larger version feels unfamiliar? If you're building a business or launching something new, stepping into bigger stages, finally allowing yourself to be seen, this moon is going to ask you to think beyond the next quarter, beyond the next launch, and beyond your next milestone. Sagittarius wants us to zoom out, to look at the horizon, to ask, what am I building 5 years from now, 10 years from now, the future version of me? What is it being called forward? Because every legacy begins as an idea that once seemed too big. Here is a reflection prompt for this full moon. Where am I being invited to think bigger? Not from ego, not from pressure, but from possibility. What dreams have been quietly asking for more room? What vision deserves a larger container? And what would change if I trusted my expansion as much as I trust my effort? This Sagittarius full moon, amplified by Jupiter's expansive energy, reminds us that growth is not only about doing more. It's about becoming more available to possibilities, available to the truth, and more available to the future that's trying to emerge through us. Dream boldly, expand thoughtfully, and trust what is growing. As Pride Month unfolds, this question feels especially relevant. Many of us know what it feels like to outgrow stories and communities that were written for us. Stories about identity, stories about belonging, stories about what was possible. This full moon reminds us that liberation often begins with truth. Not truth others assign to us, our own truth. For those that are building businesses and communities and futures that extend beyond themselves, this moon asks us to consider whether we are building our legacy from expansion or from obligation, from vision or survival, from possibility or pressure. There is a difference, and the body knows it. Before we close, place both feet on the floor. Take a slow inhale and an even slower exhale. And when you're ready, ask yourself, what am I ready to release? What wants to grow in its place? Have the honest conversation at this time. This is how transformation happens. Thank you for joining me on this Blue Moon bonus episode. If this reflection resonates with you, I invite you to continue the conversation on Ritual and Remedy, my Substack community exploring embodied leadership, healing systems, and the art of becoming. Until next time, may you trust what's expanding, may you release what is complete, and may you have the courage to outgrow the stories that no longer fit. I'm Dr. Janelle. Be well.
Ritual and Remedy RX, where healing becomes ceremony. Earth below, sky above, medicine rising through my blood, where science meets spirit and healing becomes real. Body awaken, spirit alive, the medicine lives inside. Ritual and remedy inside. Ritual and Remedy RX. This is a space for transformation, for truth, for embodied wisdom.